The new Yamaha Niken GT claims to have eliminated the disadvantages of its predecessor and now presents itself as an even more valuable touring machine. What has remained is the fascinating tilting technique, which allows even less experienced drivers to make hair-raising lean angles. We were present at the official presentation of the Yamaha Niken GT 2023 in Sardinia and describe our impressions. The model selection for the Niken has been changed. There is only the Niken GT left. The standard Niken, without GT, has been cancelled without replacement. Since the Niken is a very special bike with its two front wheels, the sales figures are likely to be rather low, so it's understandable that Yamaha is concentrating on just one model. The Niken GT is also only available in one color, namely in Yamaha Black, i.e. in black. It costs €18,399, which is a reasonable price in our view given the complicated tilting technology. The new cockpit with the large 7-inch TFT color display, which we already know from the T-Max 560, immediately catches the eye. Here, too, a Garmin full map navigation solution can be booked for an additional charge, which makes a separate navigation device superfluous. The cockpit is now operated via a 5-axis joystick, which works excellently. The fiddly dial of the predecessor is a thing of the past, thankfully. Another new feature is the bench seat, which is now supposed to be even more comfortable. To be honest, I didn't notice any differences to the old seat, but anyway, you actually sit very comfortably and upright, like on an adventure bike. Also new is the exhaust system, which is now audibly quieter. This also suits the machine, where you like to attack with an MT-09, the Niken is more confident and relaxed. The stationary noise is only 89 dBA, so Tyrol can be traveled. The engine has also been revised, which now produces 115 horsepower at 10,000 RPM and just under 91 Nm at 7,000 RPM. It's still the magnificent 3-cylinder CP3 that cuts a very good figure in the Niken GT, but more on that below. The quickshifter has also been revised and now shifts quite smoothly, as long as you stick to the QA rules, upshifting under load, downshifting in coasting mode. The windshield, easily adjustable with one hand while riding, does a good job. The windshield is fine. However, we didn't notice much difference between the low and high positions, at least not at normal highway speeds. The panniers have also been revised, each with a capacity of 30 liters and are part of the GT's standard equipment. Good, no separate keys are needed to lock the suitcases. By the way, there is no keyless go on the Niken, but that doesn't bother us. Overall, the new Niken 2023 has been improved in many small things. However, it is not a completely new machine and the riding experience has not changed either. The Niken GT comes with ride-by-wire, multiple riding modes, and a custom mode that can be configured to your liking. A separate button is used to switch the driving modes. The same applies to the cruise control, which, unlike the new Tracer 9 GT Plus, does not have a radar system on the Niken GT. In general, the Niken GT is not as technically over-the-top as the Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus, which is also newly introduced. For example, there is no lean angle sensor and no brake assistant and no electronic suspension. Not that we have anything against these modern achievements of technology, but none of this would fit on the Niken either. However, the existing traction control makes perfect sense, because the rear wheel likes to spin when riding fast. The lighting design of the Niken GT is also very successful. There are full LEDs and from the front it looks very harmonious in combination with the two wheels. The Niken reminds us of the Transformer movies. You wouldn't be surprised if the Niken turned into a truck or a train after launching. The look of the Niken is a matter of taste, but it is still highly polarizing. Of the journalists present in Sardinia, there was hardly anyone who found the Niken GT particularly beautiful. But what you have to give it credit for is that it is unique, and this applies not only to the technology but also to the design. The special tilting technique with the two front wheels is explained in detail on the Yamaha website. We will limit ourselves here to the description of how it drives. And that's a real hit. First of all, when you set off, you are surprised that you can't see anything from the two front wheels. If you look ahead, you can only see the tank, fairing, cockpit and windshield, just like on any other motorcycle. And then comes the second surprise, you don't necessarily notice that you're riding a tricycle either. Okay, you can feel the double track at the front a bit, but much less than you would have expected. The Niken GT is great to move, it's not quite as agile as an MT-09, but it's also anything but ponderous. And at the first tighter corners, the big aha effect comes, lean angle, I'm coming. No matter what the road conditions are, no matter if it's dry or damp, no matter what speed, with this bike you can always lean into the next corner like an Alex Marquez in the GP. Well, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but it's true, inexperienced riders in particular feel very safe on a Niken and dare to lean and cornering much more than with a conventional machine. It's really fun. In terms of quality, the new Niken also makes a good impression. All switches look high quality, all cables are neatly routed and all the features that the Yamaha offer also work perfectly. The brakes pack a punch and are easy to modulate. We already know the engine from the predecessor and from various other CP3 machines. It has a lot of steam and enables sporty driving. In contrast to the Tracer/XSR/MT-09, however, the Niken is not quite as powerful, which is probably due to the weight of 270 kilograms, ready to ride. Nevertheless, the engine is simply a gorgeous guy and also cuts a really good figure in the Niken. By the way, the higher weight of the Niken benefits the ride comfort. The machine smooths out all road irregularities and floats over even the most annoying bumpy road. However, in contrast to a normal motorcycle, it has 3 lanes, instead of 1, and you only notice on a Niken how often you drive a normal motorcycle around manhole covers, bitumen strips, etc. This doesn't matter on the Niken, because one of the 3 wheels is guaranteed to take the lid with it, but that almost doesn't matter, because the machine is just so full and you feel so safe anyway that bumps or bad road conditions are more fun than annoying. The new Niken GT is first and foremost a great touring motorcycle. Thanks to the tilting technology, it is extremely safe to ride, and where you give up with a normal motorcycle in the rain and winding areas and head for the next cafe, the GT is where the fun really begins. No curve is too tight with the GT, no lean angle too risky. Even not so experienced motorcyclists can really enjoy it, at least that's how I felt.